Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you could do something positive today and give this video a thumbs up, it would be hugely appreciated. And as you can see today, I've got the T6 and we're putting it on the Pottinger Cultivator. I don't know if it's going to be able to lift it up or not, but I've got a little bit of work I wanted to do today. So let's see if the T6 is up for the task. So I've just put the link arms on the cultivator. I'm going to put the top link on. And here we go. Got the linkage controls, lift her up. I'm not too sure if she's going to go in the air or not. She's picking it up. Okay, well that is quite surprising because if you look at the front of the T6, wheels aren't in the air. It's a 4-cylinder tractor, 2 cylinders less, slightly lighter than the 6R, but she's carrying the Synkro. Just put on one of those broken discs which I had the other day, which has been welded up. That'll hopefully now stay on there, and they're a good guide. Oh, I can't believe that. Synkro packer on the back, Synkro Cultivator. She's not even bothered. Got a clutch. I'm not used to clutching, I'm used to these varios. Here we go. Here we go, just driving manually down the road now. So it's a little bit wet on this field, but at the top of the field it's actually quite dry. I'm able to lift the cultivator up, but can she pull it? That's going to be the challenge. So just before we set off, if I just put it here into auto 4-wheel drive, we can put auto diff lock on, we can change down to a lower range. We're in a bit of a high range at the moment, so if I push the clutch, and then probably I'll start off in this one, A3, and we should be good to start. Pulled it exactly the same way the other tractor would pull it, and I would imagine it's probably used slightly less fuel as well, being a 4-cylinder tractor. Although we did use quite a lot of RPM just on those 2 passes. It was running at about 2,000 RPM, just over. So it is using a lot of its power to be able to do this. But it's nice to know nonetheless that it can do it on our farm. It would be interesting to see whether it could pull it in some medium or heavier loam land. That can be a bit more challenging, and I've noticed on the 6R, when I pull that Pottinger with the 6R, when I pull the Pottinger through heavy land, it does struggle, even the 6R does. So, but when I do work for other farmers on heavier loam, you probably need a little bit more power. However, it's doing it. It's doing a grand job, And if I set my wheel here, I can change the height of the linkage. So if we put that down to about 7, it will then lift the cultivator up at a lower height when we come to the end of the row. We've also got on here the linkage dropping lower. If I click that, we then pick up the cultivator. If I just drop it, it goes down, which is all handy on the joystick. And then there's also forwards to go forward, so I don't need to use the shuttle, which is quite handy. So I've got it in auto at the moment. If I just put the revs right up, you can hear it just changing gear there, and then it will just get up to speed automatically. So it's, like I said, it is literally like an automatic car. But she's doing this job. I'm so surprised. It's really demonstrated that this is a very capable tractor, and just because it's 4-cylinder doesn't necessarily mean it should be crossed off anyone's list. This is quite a difficult bit here where there's some ruts and there's some old potatoes and a heap, and you can see we're just slowing up a little bit there. She's spinning, but we're still going. A front weight wouldn't go amiss. That would be a huge help today. But even without the front weight, she's able to do this job. Press the reverse on the joystick. I don't have to touch the shuttle. Went for the shuttle there then, but I can just go on the joystick. You really just want your hand on the joystick and then you can just leave it there. It's nice. Can't believe how hot it's getting. See if we can go back from standstill. maybe it's global warming. Who knows this time of the year? It's normally supposed to be pretty cold. Perhaps you might be able to pick it up on camera, but this back window's tinted. The other three windows aren't, because I don't think legally in the UK you can tint the front window. The back one is, just slightly, and it makes quite a big difference in the day when you're looking out the back, especially when you've got the sun just behind you in your line of sight. Something else as well, you'll see the back headrest there is just swiveled out of the way. Oh, gone for the shuttle. I should have gone for the one on the joystick. It's just what you're used to. Go on, 155. Lovely job. It's very much at home with the T7 when we had that on demo, but this one even more so, because it's the right size for our farm. It's comfortable, it's practical, it's not too complicated. Still got 50 kilometers an hour. Yeah. I can still use it for livestock hauling and silage in the summer. Might be one of my new favourite tractors. They also do a Maserati Blue model called the Blue Power, and that is one to have a look at. Maserati Blue paintwork, where the blue parts are, and then the wheels are finished off in a silver, a special edition. And you also get some other features in the cab. You get a nice leather seat, and you get some other touches with Blue Power on the side. Just a few elements which make it a little bit more special, I guess. But even the standard one is nice. I'm just getting into driving it manually. It's quite handy being able to just fine-tune your speed and which power shift gear you're in. It's nice. Changing gear on the move. It's something I haven't done in a tractor for a while, being used to the new Varios, which are out in a lot of tractors nowadays. Auto power, and then you've also got the auto command in New Holland. So it's nice to go back to a geared tractor for a change. Change up just to get it up to 6.5k. And change gears, still able to pull the cultivator. I do notice that about 6.5k, it's like it's a good speed for this particular cultivator. And then if I just want to slow up a little bit, just one downshift, and it'll take me back down to 6k, which is quite nice. Difficult bit now, if I just change down. When you close the sunroof, it really does make a slightly different experience. If I open it up, it lets a lot more sunlight in and obviously fresh air. Makes it just a bit more airy, a bit more roomy. So not as straight as my usual GPS driving, however, still not too bad. Still not too bad. And I haven't had to spend any money on a GPS dome or anything like that. Driving it myself, the way it should be, I guess. Bit of a bump there. With the sharp turning, I'm noticing at the ends it's really easy to turn around. With the 6R, I'd probably be back and forward a little bit, whereas with the little T6 here, I'm just a bit more nimble at the ends of the rows. Well, the birds certainly love the T6 today. Keep flying over it. Having a day. Have you changed your tractor, Olly? Something a bit different about that one. It's blue. Well, they are loving it today. The T6 and the worms. Alright, so we're just heading back to the yard. So I'm just currently in A range. That's the range I've been doing most of my work in. If I go up on the shifter, we'll change to B, and then there's C range. Just for going up the road with a cultivator, B range would be fine. That's the middle range. And then between this range, we have got a number of gears. We've got 8 ranges in each range. So if I go into B2, that'll be a nice mid-range gear for just cruising up the road, and then we can just upshift. So it takes a bit of getting used to, but once you get used to it, you've got a power shift transmission which you can change on the go, and then you get more torque, because obviously geared gearboxes have more torque than auto power systems and vario systems, so you're not losing as much power. And it is, you're much more in tune with the tractor as well. You're really driving this, changing the gears rather than just putting it in forwards and letting it do everything itself. So, you know, you can drive it manually should you so wish. And a lot of New Hollands over the years, a lot of tractor drivers and farmers will just drive them manually like that. So hopefully you can see my gear changes. So as I'm coming up the road, just up with the hair, up again, 6/8, and that's the top gear for this range. Plenty of speed, 15k, that's fine with the Cultivator. And then as I get back to the farm, I can then start slowing up. So I suppose the question you're all asking is, have I missed the 6R today? Well, I suppose I have in a way, because it depends what you get used to. However, I could definitely get used to this T6. It is more capable than I thought it would be. It's more comfortable as well. And it's got a lot of modern features on it, such as the joystick, with being able to change forwards and reverse, and all of my linkage settings on the joystick. And with the cost as well, you know, if you compare the price of a New Holland nowadays to the price of a John Deere, you're saving a considerable amount of money going for something a bit more affordable, such as a New Holland. So we'll have to see. We'll see what it's like, and over the next few days, and who knows, maybe we'll have a New Holland in the future. But keep watching, keep subscribing, and I will catch you on the next one.